This episode of Comics for Fun and Profit is brought to you by Marvel Shenanigans. Is it just me, or are they purposely withholding information in the solicits in the Marvel Previews catalog? Is it possible that they would try to trick us into not knowing if it's an ongoing, a miniseries, a one-shot? Is this an experiment to see if it affects sales positively in their direction? And the heck with the comic readers need to understand what they're getting into. Is it possible that they would actually use gimmicks and tricks to inflate artificially the sales of their prospective titles? I think that's a possibility, folks. It could be that Marvel is interested in profits over my and your enjoyment. Is that crazy? You be the judge. I don't want to be the arbiter here. But as we glance through our Marvel catalog, you let me know if you see what I see. Anyway, enjoy the show.
Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Kyle Drew with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 834 for comics originally coming out June 27th and June 28th. Drew, June is over already. Holy friggin' crap. But before Drew and I get into what's coming up in your local comic book shops this coming Tuesday and Wednesday, Drew, you and Eric held down the fort very much for me last week, and I very much appreciate it. But did I miss anything else?
Well,
comics.
We basically spent 15 minutes bashing on you and where you might be, like a where's Waldo situation. We had a lot of fun at your expense. So
Exceptional.
That.
Exceptional.
But no, we I have an email from a listener that I've saved for multiple weeks now, so much so that he sent it again, thinking maybe I lost it. I was like, no, I gotta wait for Kyle for this, because he will bust my chops and enjoy this very, very much. Yes. So
bring it on.
I have to give him the spotlight. This is Aaron Churchill, who says, I'm going to weigh in on the C4FAP controversy. I'd like to better understand the reasoning behind why Kyle is not able to pick a 1 in 25 or any ratio comic in any of the things you pick comics for, especially FOC. If you look at the CBI Hot 10, 8 of the 10 are ratio variants. 1 in 10s, 1 in 15, 1 in 25, 1 in 1,000. It seems someone, Drew, is keeping the loyal listeners from benefiting from someone's for-profit Kyle picks. In short, someone's Kyle should be allowed to make ratio picks if and when he deems such picks to be of benefit to the listener. Also, maybe Drew could benefit from this as well. Ouch. Sincerely, Aaron P. Churchill. Aaron,
I love it.
Mean-spirited emails that you're sending in. Kyle, a listener has spoken on your behalf.
Yeah, and says, Drew, you're stuck in your old ways. Get with the times.
Yeah.
Analog is dead. Digital age. Ratio variance.
Yes. Time to get rid of that VCR. You don't need it anymore.
Exactly right.
So, what do you say? What do you say to this? What do you say?
I mean, there's some obvious home runs that we just kind of. I swallow a heavy sigh and I just don't even talk about, because I know I'm not allowed. But I mean, there's some money to be had.
So, I guess what I'm saying is I should evolve,
grow as a human.
As a human, and as much as it pains me, if you deem a ratio variant to be a home run.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore, okay, so let's say you pick a 1 in 10.
Yes.
It can't be selling for $8 next week.
Correct.
Right? It's got to be 20 at least,
right? The bar is immediately set higher, and you and I have on a multitude of occasions said double ratio is the
way to go. Okay, so if you deem something a double ratio guarantee, and you want to slip it in, I will allow it until some of my people come to my defense
Crickets.
in the emails and support of my ways, which are obviously the right ways, but with this newfangled Gen Z attitude, I can't fight it.
Okay, boomer.
I can't fight it.
Unfortunately, people that think your way, most of them have passed on.
Gen X, damn it. I'm Gen X. How dare you? How dare you besmirch me? All right. So I've been saving that. You had to be here for this one. I couldn't read this one without you. So
it's a new day, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Comics for Fun and Profit is back. The shackles are off. I have freed myself from Shawshank, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my goodness. He's spinning around like that Sound of Music meme.
Exactly. I hear summer breeze. Summer breeze makes me feel fine.
He goes on to give us another bit of feedback. A question. I was curious to hear your biggest Comic-Con regret story. There are a few over here, but the one that sticks out to me the most is at C2E2, the last Comic-Con before COVID. Peach Momoko was selling her sketchbooks for $40 and adding an original sketch to everyone she sold. There wasn't even a line. I was a couple months away from learning who she was and of her talent. I could have bought 3 and used 1 to pay for the entire weekend. Ugh. Kyle, do you have any of those stories that...
100%. So you and I's first con was essentially what became Wizard World, Ohio.
Yes.
Down, and we had a innocuous, inexpensive Stan Lee package we could have got for less than $200 for essentially chilling with Stan Lee and sign 3 to 5 books and the ability to have met the man and all this stuff. And it was well within a budget, but we were just like, we're going to walk around and look at t-shirts. And boy, were we stupid.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I had completely forgotten about that.
It wasn't that long of a line. It wasn't that difficult to do. We had books to be signed. Yeah. And we were just like, we're going to enjoy our con, maybe get a hot dog.
Yeah. That's a good one. Zoe Thorogood was at a con, and I walked right by her. Didn't recognize the work. And now she's just been nominated for 5 Eisners for her Lonely at the Center of the World and Rain work. So missed out on that. That would have been fun to be able to get in on the ground floor of her work as well. So.
At that same Wizard World, Ohio, Injustice had just hit, and who did the art on Injustice 1? Remember?
Oh yeah, I remember that guy. Yeah, he had a big booth with all his art. Yeah,
and
because we were like, oh, Injustice, yeah.
And I could have been like, hey, also, do you have anything signed by Tom Taylor we could also get done? Had I just actually leaned a little heavier into that, I always kind of wish I had done.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many from C2E2 because Liefeld was there. I didn't feel like waiting in a line.
Chip Zdarsky was there. We didn't feel like waiting in line.
No, Chip I met. I met Chip at the panel.
Capullo
and Snyder were signing together. And their line was too long.
Yeah.
For me.
Because I think I had Court of Owls with me too.
Yeah. But I mean, those were like hour and a half lines, dude. And there was no way I was doing that and missing out on everything else that was going on. So, lots of regrets. And probably I could keep thinking of them in my head. I need to go through my photos of the different. I used to take pictures of all the artist alleys, and I should go through those to see who was there that I didn't get something from that I should have.
Yeah, and just like an extension of C2E2, we went to Cowabunga right after that.
Right.
I should have dropped so much more money. They were offering such good deals to us on wall stuff.
Oh yeah.
All of which I was like, I don't know. I should just pull the trigger on so many things there that I wanted. That Boba Fett one that they had hanging on the thing. Oh, they had
Yeah.
so much cool stuff.
James was willing to deal on that
He
Walking Dead
was.
#1, and
Yeah.
I was like, it's a little out of my league,
Yeah.
and it was, but I still wanted it. We got more convention questions. This one's from Jason. Since conventions have been back, I have a couple questions for you guys. What do you guys miss the most from conventions?
Artists.
Artist Alley. Yeah.
Artist Alley. Oh,
Yeah.
I love just going, finding exclusive little books. Stuff we just bring to the con. Just setting down a book I have and having them sign it was so good.
I mean, I enjoy some panels, but those are pretty easy to replicate online. You know, you see those being broadcast, and they're just as good watching them online as they are in the audience. But Artist Alley there's nothing like it for me.
No.
So yeah, definitely Artist Alley.
Mm-hmm.
What conventions are you guys planning to go to? Like concerts. I was talking to a buddy who was trying to get me to go with him to some concerts. My daughter has invited me to a couple of concerts. I may have gone to my last concert.
Oh my.
And I'm not sure that I want to go anymore. So I think I've seen everybody I want to see, and don't want to go anymore. Now, conventions, I mean, I could probably still be talked into a convention, but like the days of, I don't know, like going to multiple conventions a year, I don't know that I will do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some of the my other podcast, they're going to Gen Con in Indianapolis here in a few weeks.
What is that?
That is the tabletop convention.
Okay.
For all that kind of fun stuff and tabletop stuff.
Are they tabling as a podcast on tabletops? Or
just
they're walking around?
Yeah, they're walking around. They're doing some stuff with some panels for we play some like free league games when we play our Twilight 2000 stuff. So they're doing some stuff within those panels for those different setups and stuff as well. But mostly just taking in the experience on that one. But I just
and you're not going?
I could not swing it, even though it's kind of close. I just couldn't get it done. You know, I've just taken one vacation. Back. I've got another one scheduled in a couple weeks. You know.
Yeah, it's tough to squeeze in a guy's weekend too.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you like to see at a con? I mean, I'm still at the BKV Fiona.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Staples. Those are two of them. I'd like to see Kirkman again. I'd like to shake his hand.
Tom Taylor.
Tom Taylor would be cool. Yeah. Was he not at C2E2 when we were there?
I don't remember him. So is Miyakia. Let me hear her.
Yeah. Are there any big ticket items you might want to buy from a con? An exclusive statue, an action figure, a comic?
I always want them all. It's stupid how I always want them all. They're always such good things. I have to literally hold myself back from spending so much money on con exclusive things.
Yes. What do I covet? Lots of stuff. What will I pull my dusty wallet out for and say, yes, give me? Not that much.
So like right now, I just went back to our good friends at comicsheatingup.net, and there is a diamond announcing the San Diego Previews exclusive comic books.
Oh, yeah.
And just, 5 down, there is a Moon Knight City of Dead #1 SDCC variant that I know you would kill for. Just right there.
Yeah, right. There we go.
There we go.
So is it getting it might be getting pre-sold already on the eBay. So.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you guys for sending those in. Even though I got my comeuppance in one of them.
Probably the greatest listener submitted question of all time.
Yeah. Was it really?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
I mean, just top tier.
Yeah. Anyway, you too can join that conversation with an email to comicsforfunandprofit@gmail.com, or go to any of our links and do it that way. But being a patron, you get fast tracked to the show for sure.
Hey, there we go.
All right, Kyle, it is time to talk Marvel comics. We're looking at Marvel previews July for September comics. Time for a break from our show to pay the bills. Check out beacons.ai/comics fund profit for all the C4 FAP links you could ever need, all in one place. You can provide feedback, listen, support, share, enjoy these. We have our Patreon there. You can buy us a beer or a coffee. You can check out our Instagrams, our Twitters, our Facebooks. Check out our YouTube page. You can email us. You can listen to our podcasts on Patreon, if you're a subscriber, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, on Podbean. We have Google Podcasts on there. We have an Amazon wish list. You want to buy Kyle and I something? Fine. You can do that here. We appreciate it. We have Kyle's RPG podcast listed on there, so you can check out his Dork Day Afternoon offerings. We have Cowabunga links, so you can check out the Cowabunga Deep Discount FOC and pre-order list. Get on that. That's RLCS, so you can check that out as well. And we want to just give you opportunities to say hi, to check out what we're doing, support us if you would like, or just listen. Check out beacons.ai/comics fund profit for all the C4 FAP links you could ever need. Thanks. Back to the show.
Yeah, I think in all of my gallivanting, I threw our schedule off quite a bit, and I don't believe we even talked about last month's Marvel, so we apologize. But your orders are already done, so we are moving on up. So we're checking out Marvel July for September 2023, and Captain America's on the cover. Predator versus Wolverine is in the index. We have Daisy Duck as the surprise Disney 100 variant. But the first book we're going to talk about is J. Michael Straczynski and Jesus Ciaz bring Captain America #1.
Okay. This is Straczynski writing him. That might be good, actually.
We're going back in time, brother. Decades ago, Steve Rogers changed the world forever. Now, powerful and insidious forces are assembling to ensure he never does it again. Past, present, and future collide as the man out of time reckons with the existential threat, determined to set the world on a darker path at all costs. So,
okay. So, yeah, you're not much of a throwback, old school storytelling type of guy.
You gotta leave your pants behind you. You gotta leave the past behind you. So, like, what is done is done.
Yeah. So it's $6, 40 pages, a little high, but it is a #1. I'm guessing it'll be a $4.99 comic for issue 2, maybe.
Yeah, probably. We do have a George Perez variant, like those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. 2 George Perez. I'm not version of the one. Frank Miller covers as well. So, yep, there's going to be some weird ones.
Okay, then we've got this Predator versus Wolverine crossover.
Double homage variants by Mike McCone.
All right. Okay. One for each. One for Predator, one for Wolverine. Okay.
Both
that's
the reflections.
Yeah. Yeah. The Wolverine's pretty much just not a lot of work going on to that one.
Yeah.
But I do like the Predator one. The Peach Momoko, big surprise that was the artist's choice for this.
Yeah, that's a little out of tone if you ask me, but I like Peach.
Yeah. Oh, Curious. Is that the JRJR there?
Yep.
Below.
I believe so. No, that's the Lee.
Oh, okay. Or the Marco Cicchetto, maybe.
Yeah. Yep, that's what it is.
Cover right. It looks like it's an $8 book.
Dang.
So it's one shot?
48 pages, $8.
It doesn't say it's a one shot, does it?
It says the saga you've been waiting for.
Are they all going to be $8? Oh, yeah, 4 issues. 1 of 4. And the first one's $8. So that means I'm guessing all. Wow.
Over $30 for less than 200 pages of guy with claws versus guy with claws.
Yeah, that's kind of pricey.
Yeah.
I like the idea of the crossover. I don't like the pricing at all.
Yeah. Swing and miss.
Yeah. We're going to do Avengers Incorporated. This is Al Ewing and Leonard Kirk.
With the obvious Alex Ross cover there. Connecting. We're going to have a big Alex Ross, big connecting variant.
So we've got Janet Van Dyne and Victor Shade, and there's a mystery to solve. I don't know. A lot of people shoved on the cover. I'm not sure what the actual team is, though.
Interesting.
It's awful big. So what do you think of this Erica Durso cover that she's doing there? It's kind of like I guess like a graphic design style.
Is it the one where they're in the suits? Or
No,
is that
the
Oh, yeah, I
yellow.
see it. Yeah.
The yellow one.
It screams of, boy, I wish I was David Aha.
Yeah, I guess kind of like it's like an advertising poster almost.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then I see the one down below too. Who's doing that one?
I don't know. I see an A, but I can't place who that is.
That's probably an A cover. So that's Acuna, maybe?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what I was thinking.
Oh, yeah, Acuna.
Which is good. I like it.
It's really good. I like that one.
Drew, Born Again, Daredevil, #1.
Guess the Zdarsky runs over.
Yeah.
That's what that's telling me.
Saladin Ahmed, Aaron Cooter.
JR on a cover.
We're gonna get an Art Germ cover. That's dope.
We have Frank Miller, of course.
Yeah. And Frank's doing that, and then Frank's doing Captain America as well. Frank's doing a lot of artwork.
Yeah. This is a $7 book.
Jeez.
So it's.
But this one's 56 pages at least.
And it's just a #1, so maybe 2 is not that high.
But
I haven't seen a $3.99 book yet.
Yeah, and I hate to be this way, but for this creative team, I don't think you can ask this much out of the gate.
Is that what you're saying?
I mean, if you've got a big creative team and like, hey, these people are finally together, we're gonna ask them a little bit of money. Yeah, but like,
you haven't been
in my mind, you're stepping back creatively from Zdarsky's run.
There are no super teams left.
I know.
They all went over and are doing their own create their own stuff. They're not slumming it around at Marvel and DC.
But $7? Like, I wouldn't, like, no.
I know. Venom hits 25, so guess what that's going to cost you?
Oh, snap, $8. Special oversized anniversary issue. What's the anniversary, Drew? We're not going to say.
It's not really the anniversary. It's just we hit 25. We hit 25.
Yeah.
So that's something.
Yeah.
Stupid. So dumb. Prices are crazy. Spine-tingling Spider-Man #0. Solid.
I like it, Peach. Yeah. That's very creepy.
Spider Slayers and a Smythe. A song that once heard will not allow you to sleep. One of the worst.
Is collecting the Infinity Comics series from the Marvel Unlimited app. So this has already been released, and this is $10 for one shot.
Okay, 100 pages, so 10 cents a page. All right. I guess that's okay. But isn't those the Infinities the thumb, like you read them on your phone, right? So you just scroll up, scroll down.
Yeah.
Those, that's not going to work. Those aren't going to look good on this.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah.
We skipped last month like we talked about, so we missed the start of Immortal Thor, but here we have issue 2.
Yeah, so I'm sure it was $7 or $8 last month. So this one, issue 2, is only $3.99. So that'll give us a little hint that maybe some of these big price books will.
There you go. Here we go, Drew. Uncanny Spider-Man #1 of a 5-issue series. Cy Spurrier writing it.
Yeah.
Lee Garbett on art.
Yeah, with Tony Daniel cover. I mean, all those things are great until I look over there and I see a little Fall of X.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, this is.
So we have a Nightcrawler Spider-Man.
Yeah. So I don't want this. $5. Interesting concept, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna read it.
Do you need to web swing when you can bamf?
True.
Again, we missed the beginning of Fall of X, which I think is a godsend because it looks garbage.
Well, I think I would have poo-pooed. I don't think I would have been real excited about it.
Although Uncanny Avengers 2, Jerry Dugan, Javier Garron, We got a primitive rogue.
Stegman cover is pretty good.
Alpha Flight 2. Sorry, we missed Alpha Flight 1.
Oh, that would have been a
Children
big
of the
one.
Vault 2. Sorry, we missed Children of the Vault 1. Oh, that's Ed Brisson, though, on Alpha Flight.
Yeah, I mean, an Alpha Flight launch is cool to me. I will check that out. It's been a long time since I've read any Alpha, so I definitely want to do it.
Dark X-Men 2, Jean Grey 2, Astonishing Iceman 2. We keep going back to the Iceman, well, for some odd reason.
Yeah, so a lot of X books that launched last month.
Realm of X 2, X-Men 26. We've passed the anniversary 25, and another friggin' wedding.
Yep, this is who is it? It's Tony and who?
We are crossing over with Invincible Iron Man for the marriage of Emma Frost and Tony Stark.
Yeah, where that just came out of nowhere, didn't it? Guess if I read the books, I might not think so. Yeah.
Yeah. X-Men Red 15, X-Force 44, Immortal X-Men 15.
Kyle, pre-order Classified number 2 of 4. You know what? Just pre-order it. It's not the actual title.
It's the only thing I can afford because it's $4.
It's not the actual title. Stay tuned for more information, including the title, next month. Just go ahead and pre-order it, though. It's called Classified, but not really. And it's the second of 4. But don't worry about it. We'll let you know.
That is a horrible way to do things.
I mean, what is that about?
We want your money, but we want to stay kitschy.
I guess. You don't have to spoil stuff. Just stick
just release it 2 months later.
Or just who are the characters involved? We're gonna call it something along the lines of this. I don't know. Stupid.
Yeah. Ghost Rider Wolverine, Weapons of Vengeance 1. Of course, we fell for it with Spider-Boy, and it made a ton of money. So they're going to keep doing that stupid stuff.
You're right. Look at that Bjorn Barron's Ghost Rider 18 cover, man.
Nice. That looks really nice.
That does. Makes me want to read that book.
Yeah, he does good work. Silver Surfer Rebirth Legacy #1. I mean, it's an old book. Oh, it's a Marvel retro pick.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
What is it from? What year? Doesn't say.
So, okay, I'm going to read the solicit and you tell me what it means. The Sentinel of the Spaceways has taken the son of Captain Marvel, Genus, under his wing, but even the power cosmic can't replace the love of a father. The Surfer's known something that might just be able to soothe a broken heart. But is it worth a clash with the Infinity Watch? Beloved creators Ron Mars and Ron Lim return to a story from their celebrated run on Silver Surfer, and they're not the only time travelers. So are they continuing an old story? Is this new writing?
Yeah, I don't know. Return to a story that from their celebrated run. So I think it's like a continuation of something they did once. I'm thinking.
We have yet another Frank Miller cover. The end of Ultimate Invasion 4. Werewolf.
Speaking of Invasion, Secret Invasion launched this week on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I gotta check it out.
I think just one episode so far.
Yep.
A couple people in the Slack have seen it, so it was pretty good.
Bring on the Skrulls. Werewolf by Night #1.
Yeah, Derek Landy, Frank Gallen, Corn Howell. We got like a one shot, didn't we? Not that long ago.
Yeah, not too long ago. We got
this is another one.
A Halloween special or something like that.
Yeah. 40 pages, $6. 40 pages is stupid. Micronauts gets a facsimile.
Wow.
Come on.
Okay. If you have $5, I will sell you the actual first of this ROM. I have like 3 copies. So I'm
not the ROM. You don't. Not the ROM. You don't. The ROM's been snapped up.
Has it?
Yeah, it's.
I've got.
Micronauts you might have laying plenty of those around, but I would think that the ROM is. I don't know. I was thinking it was heating up.
Was it? Maybe. I've got a couple ROM.
I didn't realize they were 1979. I was thinking they were 80s. Did not know that. Very cool.
Spider-Gwen Annual, #1. Carla Pacheco, Stephanie Phillips.
Mirko and Dolfo doing a variant cover.
It's a nifty looking cover, too. Very fun.
Yeah. Venom gets an annual. X-Men gets an annual. Avengers gets an annual. Nobody's
You'd think you would celebrate annual time at the front with like featuring those as stories instead of just tucking them in.
You know what? I don't understand the annual anymore. I don't know. It's like, do they even want to do them? Do they just do them begrudgingly because historically they've done them? Do readers want annuals? I don't know. It just seems like it. Didn't the annual used to be a little special bonus comic that you'd get?
But here's the stupid thing. The quote-unquote annual is 32 pages and less expensive than the mainline books.
What?
It's dumb.
32 pages and $5. When does that become the norm?
Yeah.
So what's the okay? So Amazing Spider-Man 33, 32 pages, $3.99.
Mm-hmm.
An annual that's 32 pages, $4.99, because it's a one shot. They add $1, I guess.
But it's not a one shot. It's just a one-off of the story we're watching and the current continuity we're already in. In the past, they've been more expensive because they're double-sized.
They're special. Not. Something's going on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Didn't they? The one time they did the story was all interconnected, but it was just in the annuals. So you had to get all the annuals to get the full season. That was interesting, but that was kind of like an event, I guess. And they wouldn't want to do that because they can just do an event book and still do the annuals.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't want to take away from the annuals to do an event book when you can just do an event, I guess.
The last annual that actually was good was that Thanos where he tortured the one kid. The last annual that I can think
that was a good one. I like that one.
I can't think of an annual since, and that was 5 years ago.
Well, I don't read a lot of them anymore. So yeah, I think I'm in that camp now where it's like they don't really matter.
Here's the weird thing. I don't think they're for us. I don't think they're for people reading the book.
Who are they for?
Just trying
randos?
to catch randos with a #1.
That's a rando. Hey, that's got #1 in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe that'll lead to something. Okay, well then that's fine. If that's what that is, that's fine. Could somebody give me a memo and tell me that this is the purpose so that I know, and then I can get behind it. And I can get behind it. I will tout your wares. I'll be like, it's annual time, kids. Go to your local comic shop and check out these new accessible stories. If that's
they're going to gouge you $1 for.
if that's the actual plan, I want to hear it from them. I don't believe it.
Yes, because they've always been so forthright.
That's true.
I am looking forward to something here. We got Silk #5. So now that we're going to have all 5, I'm going to sit down and read all the 5 of these back to back. Because I know this is something that if I'm reading them single, I'm just going to not finish. It's a very weird story thing. But
I've only read the first one, where she was relocated.
Yeah, and I don't really care about saving people in Dreamland, but I'm going to push through it. But I'm waiting until they're all 5 there.
Because you are Team Silk.
I am #Team Silk. What I am not is whoever did this friggin' cover for Cult of Carnage Misery 5. Screw you, Scan. That's just wrong.
Those spiders coming out of their mouths. That's pretty.
But he's coming out of Carnage's mouth, or she's coming out of Carnage's mouth, and then Baby Carnage is coming out of her mouth. And I'm sure if Carnage Baby opens up their mouth, there's another person. This is the Russian nesting dolls, and it's horrible, horrifying. Blech.
Hey Kyle, look, Magneto got a 4-issue miniseries.
Okay, how far down are we?
I'm on page 40.
Holy crap, you skipped all of that. Okay. Miles Morales is hot. Nobody cares. X-Men Storm. Okay, you're right. Magneto, nice. I like it. I love Magneto
If I
books.
missed something special, please go back and
You didn't read Marvel.
tag it. There's so much of this is
Mm-hmm.
variations on a theme I don't care about.
Okay, continuing the all-new adventures set during Magneto's days as headmaster of the New Mutants. I like it.
Yeah, that could be good. That could be good. Alligator Loki, #1. By Alyssa Wong. What the heck?
Okay.
It's a one shot. It's $6.
It's $6.
Also not for me. Kyle Stark's doing Marvel Unleashed with Jesus Hervas, David
I like Carl
Baldion.
Starks.
I like Kyle Starks a lot, but I don't know how funny this is. When Kraven gets the better of Red Wing and Chewie, it's up to Bats and D-Dog to find Throg and enlist his help in rescuing them. But even a God of Thunder might not be strong enough to defeat Kraven's employer, Blackheart, son of Myth.
Rated T for teen.
I think it's funny. I think it's gonna be funny.
I like Throg, but I don't know that I like.
I don't know half those other guys.
Throg. Yeah.
What if Dark? I had to have Eric explain to me what this is. Why we're not just what ifs? Why are we what if Dark? He couldn't explain to me.
He tried.
Can you explain it to me? Why we're not just what ifs? Why we have to be dark?
Beats me. Hulk versus Man-Thing. Jed McKay's Avengers. Blade 3. Black Panther 4. Ooh, we've buried this Guardians book that I was interested all the way back on page 60.
Yeah. And one of my favorites is Scarlet Witch. It's on issue 8, doing really well. Buried 61.
Mm-hmm.
There's Moon Knight, City of the Dead, issue 3. David Pepose is doing that. Don't love him. Marcelo Ferreira. Don't know that art. I mean, I'm going to check this out for sure, of course, but I don't have high hopes.
Moon Knight and Hunter's Moon. Interesting.
Issue 27. So we're still trucking along. We haven't been canceled.
And we're still and we're only asking $4 for Moon Knight.
I'm pretty happy there. Oh, ooh. And Strange Academy gets a Moon Knight crossover
with a variant by TBA.
One of our favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 1 of a thrilling 3-part saga. But it's a one-shot. What? Wait a minute.
So I'm imagining Strange Academy is having a 3-part saga.
Moon Knight's just in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they did with that other thing not that long ago, which was kind of dumb. So. What's not kind of dumb is Fantastic Four. It's really good.
Ryan North doing a good job.
He's crushing it. Doing great. Doctor Strange. I don't remember the last one of those I read. I might be behind. And then some Star Wars.
Mandalorians that aren't really written. They're old. They didn't write real things, so those aren't worth doing.
They're in season 2, I think. Yeah, right.
And they're doing, it looks like the exact same thing with Obi-Wan, where the Disney Plus series, yep, it's the exact same stuff that we already saw, so they're not writing new things.
That's weird, right? Is that what they used to do back in the day?
No.
Just like rehash?
I mean, you'd see that with like, Batman the movie, the comic.
Yeah.
But no, they would write original stuff.
Yeah. IG-88 gets a cover for Star Wars droids. That's pretty nice.
Yes. Very cool.
John Tyler Christopher's changed his thing up a little bit. What are these little coins that are in there?
Yeah.
His action figure variants.
We're on action figure variants part
with 2. Coins?
Yeah.
So were there coins in action figures in like later Star Wars that I don't remember?
There might have been. I'm not sure on that one either.
So maybe like the prequel action figures look like this?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Not paying attention, so I don't remember those days. The Dark Droids D Squad.
Wow.
That's pretty interesting.
But we have BT and 000 in it.
Yes, for sure.
So I will follow BT and 000.
I would want to check that out, yeah. Murder droids, you can't go wrong.
No, you really can't. Vader 38. Afra 36. I like that Ahsoka cover.
Our Halloween trick or treat read free comics. One of them's Moon Knight. We get an Amazing Spider-Man. We get a
Stop, Drew.
what?
You go back a page.
All right, I skipped Star Wars Bounty Hunters.
Bjorn Barron's General Grievous cover.
Oh, that is nice.
Peanut butter in my chocolate. Yes.
Very nice.
I have to have that. I don't care how much it is. I have to have it.
Very nice. Beautiful. And then some Stormbreakers and a bunch of trades and hardcovers. And I think that might be it.
Interesting.
Anything I'm missing back there that's jumping out at you?
No, jumping out, no.
Yeah, just tons of trades and hardcovers.
Mm-hmm.
I can't go over them. Too many.
Yep.
All right. Thanks for 124 pages of X books and overpriced one shots and annuals that we really don't understand the point of. What I miss? That sums it up, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well said.
Let's do some CBSI.
All right, let's head on over to good friends at comicbookinvest.com. Let's look at their Hot 10. Their Hot 10 from June 16th, 2023. Our good friend Aaron Churchill has already given us a hint as to what we will see in said top 10. And sure enough, number 1 being Void Rivals number 1, the 1 in 100 variant. That's our good friend Robert Kirkman asking between 180 200 already for this ratio book.
Now, this is something you chose. Maybe not this one specifically, but
wasn't permitted to at the time.
You chose the number 1, and then Eric chose the second print.
Mm-hmm.
That was an FOC. I read it, but I had it spoiled for me by our Hot 10s the week before, but I still enjoyed it. Really good book.
Yep.
And so I'm anxious to see how this all works together, but it was a really good debut.
Yeah. So did it give you Transformers G.I. Joe vibes?
No, there was just a Transformer makes an appearance and then leaves. But it was just like a cameo, basically.
Yeah.
In this other story that they may all get connected again later, I'm guessing, since it's a shared universe. But there were no G.I. Joe people.
Gotcha. Kirkin has generated a lot of buzz for both Transformers and G.I. Joe properties. Honestly, it is probably overdue for both. Good for all fan bases. Completely agree. At rank 2, we have G.I. Joe and the Transformers. Number 1, Herb Trimpe art. Michael Higgins writing 9.8s up to $250 to almost $400. They were under 200. As with most books from the 80s, supply is high for these. But with Void Rivals news, interest in this book has definitely peaked at the moment, despite the large print run.
Yeah, I know this one was in some
quarter bins.
Yeah, we missed out on that one.
No, I've got a couple of them.
Well, I think you should send them away.
At rank 3, we have The Sickness, number 1, the Sam Wolf Conley 1 in 10 variant. A 1 in 10 ratio, asking almost $60. All the covers for this series are outstanding. There is some buzz with the title at the moment. We have seen with these small publishers before, and they seem to be screwed up a lot. Hopefully that is not the case here. At rank 4, we have Spider-Punk number 1, the 1 in 50 Takashi Okazaki variant. Rawls are now up to $125, and 9.8's $300. Other than the very first sale at $400 in 2022, this is the high point for this book.
Wow, that's crazy.
At rank 5, we have Groot number 1, the second print, 1 in 25, by Peach Momoko, asking between $60 and $140. Anyone who has watched or heard me since Peach began doing covers knows I am not in love with most of them. This cover, though, the simplicity mixed with young Groot is honestly an absolutely perfect mix.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm not in love with most of them, but every once in a while.
I love more than the average bear, and this
That's true.
At rank 6, we have Star Wars number 34. The second print 1 in 25. Between $40 and $50. In my opinion, this is a much better cover than 35. That was on the list last week. That being said, not a fan of Marvel milking the cow dry. You're in for a treat when you read previews then. At rank 7, Edge of Spider-Verse number 1, the second print 1 in 25. So a lot of second print ratios on here. My goodness. Asking between $40 and $50. Don't hate the cover, but again, Marvel, we get what you're doing, yet somehow everybody's still friggin' buying it. Coyotes number 1. I have this between 15 and $20. What a weird pairing for Selena Gomez and Jordan Peele. Anyways, that's all it takes to draw interest in a book. So here we are.
Okay. They got optioned.
Very cool. War of the Realms, New Agents of Atlas number 1. Greg Pak writing. 9.8s have fallen as low as $45 and $50. They nearly doubled in price this week with a bunch of sales, up to about $90. It looks like the rumors of Luna Snow casting might be false, but this does show that this book still has some legs. From our friends at Image, Battle Chasers number 10. The Ariel Diaz variant, limited to 500. Between $45 and $50. Well, this is definitely an improvement from the original, which is still the most bizarre combination of pose and anatomy that we can really think of, meaning we can't really stand it. Honorable mentions, we have Edge of Spider-Verse number 1, the Merca Indolfo variant, limited to $250. Again, these mostly aren't available in comic shop, so I don't like them.
Yeah.
9.8s, 200 to $250. Don't hate the concept of low print runs. Marvel, DC, and Image all need to get on board and stop printing all the copies that they do and make us trust retailers to just destroy the extras. Just charge retailers more for lower printed books and save the paper. Win-win.
Well, we had a conversation with Eric last week about retailers when the covers are recalled, or when the comics are recalled, and you know, they're told to destroy the copies, and he's like, no, there are copies. We'll do what we want with them, and you can either ship us new ones or not. It's up to you, but we're not gonna destroy them. I'm paraphrasing, I guess.
Took a 20-minute conversation and made it 12 seconds.
Yes.
And Ken Shannon number 7. A CGC 7.0 went for $2,700. Never even seen this book before, nor have we even heard of this title. Why are red dresses so sought after on covers? And if so, why do women go out in black?
That's interesting. I did not know that red dresses were sought after. Did you know that? Is that a thing?
I guess it's weird.
I have not heard that. So kind of cool. If true.
All right, Drew, let's head on over to our FOC. Of course, FOC is our final order cutoff. It's our ability to add a few things to our order before hitting final print and final ship, so we don't have to chase things on the secondary market if maybe things like art have changed, or we've got a story, or we've just decided to jump on board with something. We're heading over to Lunar Distributions and look at some of our items from DC, and I have my very handy little Excel sheet here from our good friends at Deep Discount Comics, so I can add things continuously to my order.
Looking, I see some interesting Batman, Superman, World's Finest. Good combos there. A lot of good artist teams.
Yeah, if you like old looking stuff, it's cool.
Yeah, if you like old styles, yeah. Brave and the Bold. Otto Schmidt looks pretty good. I like the Jorge Molina.
The Last Dark Knights of Steel, 12 of 12.
Yeah, I complain about the delays on this a lot, but I still enjoy reading it an awful lot. So that's cool. You pre-order your last chance to pre-order the 12th, and your last chance to pre-order
the trade.
The trade as well. Yeah, at the same time. Be curious to see how this thing ends.
They all die.
Maybe. You never know. Harley Quinn, Black, White, Redder, number 1. So that last Harley Quinn must have done well. So they're going back to the well. Sozamayaki is probably my favorite.
I was just about to say, there's my first ratio I'm picking right there.
That's pretty good.
Absolutely.
Hot Girl, not Hot Girl, Hawk Girl.
I'd rather read a Hot Girl.
Yeah, that's an Otto Schmidt that's really nice. I like it a lot. And our second Night Terrors, some interesting, the Francesco Mattina. Really nobody on that cover. It's kind of like a scenery looking thing.
Yeah, it's weird.
The Jeff Spokes homage is Death in the Family for Night Terrors. That's pretty cool. There's Ivan Rice and a Mahmoud Asrar. That's pretty cool. Black and white stuff. And then we're going to do Action Comics with their Night Terrors book as well.
They should have just called it Power Girl is Frightened.
Yeah, there's a good another good Otto Schmidt. Otto Schmidt's doing pretty well. I don't know who Angel Breaker is, but Angel Breaker they get it.
I believe it's on Helbrakar.
That person gets a Night Terror as well. Catwoman's Night Terror. I'm looking forward to that one. That looks pretty good. And as we get closer, these are the ones that I've
definitely into this Catwoman, the Dustin Wynn cover, because you love blinds.
I do. And as we said, these first couple of weeks of Night Terrors, I'm probably going to be all in. I'm probably going to read them all and then make a decision for week 2, 3. But yeah, I'll read that. I'll read that Detective for sure.
Oh, that Mattina Nightwing one. Okay. Yep. That because the cover A is garbage.
Yeah, there's some nice Nightwing covers too. Punchline's got some good one for her Night Terrors. Superman Night Terrors. Oh man. Yeah, I was excited for this when I was looking at little postage stamps size. Now that I'm seeing little bigger covers, it's much cooler.
And Lee on Wonder Woman, that's good. Lee on Wonder Woman, that's good.
Yeah, those are nice. The Yuck, that was my favorite. When Poison Ivy just gets a regular book above covers. No, guess not. Not really a regular book. Mostly Night Terrors with a few other books sprinkled in. The Superman: The Last Days of Lex Luthor is a 3-issue, guess some Black Label, with a Chris Samney cover and a Yannick Paquette, which is nice. Tales of the Titans is a 4-issue that launches with an art germ that's really nice.
Love the way he draws Starfire.
Yeah. So lots of good stuff in DC.
But perhaps too much stuff. So many things to fall through the cracks.
Yeah, a lot of them are very similar in the same kind of fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Check the same boxes for me. It's tough to stand out. Maybe Image will show me something with Arcade Kings or Battle Chasers or maybe Big Game. What's this Big Game? This is Mark Millar, Pepe Larraz, another new mini series for him. And this is the crossover thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't that thrilled with that one.
I mean,
but I said the same thing about Void Rivals. I said, I don't see it. You saw it. I didn't see it. You said there's a Jai Lee cover E.
Yeah, on that Big Game, that cover E. That looks cool. I like it with Hit Girl
that's pretty good. Scrapper #1. That's Cliff Bleszinski.
Oh, that's right, Cliffy P from Years of War.
Alex DeCampi, Sandy Jarrell. Yeah, Scrapper. It looks pretty good.
Void Rivals #2.
Yeah, I'm anxious for that one. I want to see where it goes. And are we going to see any more of the Transformers or G.I. Joe? Probably not. I think this is gonna
not on the cover because these were in a previews before we got the surprise in issue 1. Sure. But I bet they're in there.
Maybe they come back to rescue them.
Maybe they were here all along.
Possibly. And we're reissuing Wanted #1 for some reason as a 20th anniversary edition. We're going to reissue it. All right, that's fine.
That may mean he makes an appearance in Big Game as well.
Yeah. Boom. Doesn't give me much.
Step up your game, Boom, buddy. I'm sorry. We got Wild's End #1 went to a second print, so that's good.
All new Marvel Now, .1 gets a facsimile edition, and we're going to charge $8 for it.
Wow.
Come on, sheeple. Wise up. Don't buy that. Please. Please don't buy that for $8. Please.
We're about a year too late on Miss Minutes being on the cover of Astonishing Iceman 1.
What is that about? Was that just like a extra piece of art he had in a drawer? Like
that's exactly what it is.
I'm gonna miss this deadline. Here's my cover. What? Mm-hmm. What is this?
You loved the last minutes. Just throw it on there. They'll buy it.
Yeah, just give me $500. It's yours.
All right, I like the Howard the Duck cover for Magneto 1.
I missed that one. Oh, I haven't got there yet.
Oh, yeah. Ran ahead.
Dang, you skipped everything.
Did I, or did I skip nothing?
Magneto. Greg Land, your boy.
Mm-hmm.
On Marvel Age 1000. Give me a $10 Marvel Age book. Oh, my goodness.
We have added way too much cover to Moon Knight 26. Sorry.
Was Marvel Age 99 cents? Wasn't it a 99-cent book?
Yes. They usually had Stan Lee's picture on the front. What do you think about a Moon Knight cover by Kim Jacinto that is neon and every other color for a guy who hides in the shadows?
I don't like it at all. Either. I don't like it one bit. Salvador LaRocca's okay. And the Lucio Parilla's good.
Okay, so here's your San Diego Comic-Con Moon Knight City of the Dead #1, available for FOC, limited to 3,000 copies. That's a home run.
Where do you see that on the list?
Under SDCC, so the San Diego Comic.
Oh, so you can just order it?
You can try. Okay. Spider-Man India going to a second print.
People like the Jeff DeCal covers, so the She-Hulk might be something to look up for.
Mm-hmm. It's actually not a bad cover on that Jeff DeCal.
No, people like him.
Mm-hmm.
For a reason.
Okay, so here's Strange Academy Miles Morales, and we were just talking about Strange Academy Moon Knight.
Yeah. So this is part 1.
Yeah, more than likely Moon Knight's the third part.
Yeah. Gotcha. Ultimate Invasion, that's the second issue there. I'm not reading that. What If Dark gives you Venom? And Hellfire Gala, George Perez.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Dynamite's got Darkwing Duck, Deja Thoris, Elvira, Red Sonja, and Victory. They also have some San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. And let's look at our smaller publishers.
So Titan has the rights to Conan the Barbarian now.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
And they have a Dan Panosian cover and an Art Germ cover.
I'm looking at that Art Germ, but it's not of Conan.
Or his interpretation of Conan.
Can he only draw women?
He prefers the female form.
I guess.
Trade paperback for Know Your Station.
That was a good book. I enjoyed that a lot.
San Diego Comic-Con version of Fish Flies of that 6-issue series.
The Jeff Lemire book?
Mm-hmm.
Swan Songs also is the San Diego Comic-Con version.
What do you think of TMNT The Last Ronin Cover C Raza?
Look at it.
Turtles on a camel. Or a turtle on a camel.
It looks pretty good.
Oh, yeah. It's an interesting digital art style.
Yeah. I don't hate it.
Hey, that's what I like to hear.
All right, Kyle. Now that you're back, what are you picking?
All right, so I do like Cliff Basinski, so Scrapper seems interesting, but I have been waiting for Suzumiyakia to have a cover, and she has not had one for a very long time. And she is back with a Harley Quinn, black, white, and redder 1 in 25. So just to put my official stamp on the 1 in 25 and to support Suzumiyakia variants, I am picking that.
I am trying to find it. There it is. Oh, yes, pretty. And it is a 1 in 25, so you've broken the seal on that right off the bat. I think I'm gonna go with the Jeff DeKal She-Hulk. I was gonna go Scrapper, but was it Scrapper? Yeah, Scrapper. But if you're not gonna take it, you didn't even kind of consider it really that hard. So, and you're the Cliffy B guy. If you're not gonna take it, then I had second thoughts. So
I am going to read it.
yeah. Let's go over and check out our good buddies over at Cover Price.
Yeah, we're going to look at a little bit more things in the secondary market. So we're going over to coverprice.com. And of course, look at their very number one book. There are spoilers for Edge of Spider-Verse number 3. Spider-Boy spoilers. But this is She-Hulk number 3 from 2004. I'm actually going to, this is fairly new, so I'm actually going to kind of probably give us a week and we'll circle back to this next week. So I'm just simply going to say $135 for a CGC 9.8, Rawls at $12. I'm going to let you guys do your own research on that before I spoil things.
Yeah. It didn't hurt me. I don't even understand what it was saying. So,
yeah. At rank 2, Coyotes number 1 from 2017. The series debuted in 2017 to little attention. Fast forward today, and Selena Gomez and Jordan Peele are developing a series adapted for Prime. The series follows a group of women who take a stand against a legion of werewolves that have been hunting them. The story is a brilliant blend of mythology and modern-day storytelling. Whether picking this up for resale or to read, you are in for a treat. Most low-priced copies are now gone and have been relisted on the aftermarket for 5 times the MSRP. This book heated up quickly, and we tracked 54 copies on the secondary market, $89 for a CGC 9.8, and $16 for Rawls. Spider-Man 2099, number 1. We've been talking about this for 2 years now. $210 for a CGC 9.8. Near mint fair market value, $23. 110 copies, Drew. 110 copies.
Wow.
In the secondary market in the last 7 days. Crazy. Spider-Boy is number 7. Of course, Spider-Man 7, the Humberto Ramos top secret spoiler variant. We are already sick of spoilers, so this really kind of, high sale of $150 for CC 9.8. Near mints still commanding $33. Void Rivals number 1, the 1 in 100 variant. 48 copies on the secondary market of a 1 in 100. That's a lot of people ordering a lot of book. Near mints above $200, so double ratio. As high as $247. At rank 6, we have The Sickness, number 1. I was good. It says it's from Uncivilized Comics. I couldn't find the publisher on that one. We were talking about it earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Here's a book that is interesting to see among the rest of the titans on the list. The Sickness is the first issue of a series released just a couple of weeks ago. While all the covers are getting tons of attention, the story of this issue is also generating tons of buzz. The series is set between 1945 and 1955, following 2 main characters intrigued by an illness that makes people go mad. This black and white horror comic has quickly become a ghost, sending the value of this book soaring. Will the popularity hold up for indie books? 26 copies sold in the secondary market, $25 for Rawls, settling down to closer to $21.
Cover A is much better, I think, than that. But
yeah. At rank 7, Ultimate Fallout 4. We've been talking about this one for years. 40 copies. This thing's still friggin' selling. It's nuts. $2,000 for an CGC 9.8s. Rawls over $500. ASM 10. From 2014, explosive guitar riffs are just a typical day for Hobie Brown. So this is Spider-Punk. 32 copies moving, $285 for a CGC 9.8, $82 for Rawls for ASM 10. Transformers 11 from 1985. I've got a couple of these. Who's excited for the return of Jetfire? If you haven't heard in the recently released Void Rivals #1, Jetfire makes a triumphant return to the Transformers universe. This surprising return has sent collectors on a mission to track down copies of his first appearance, which is issue 11. His return could provide significant to the future of the Transformers property, and everyone is trying to buy into his keys early. 23 copies sold, high of $159 for CG 9.8. You can still find them for $6 if you're looking. And from 2005, Spider-Man India, 21 copies sold, CGC 9.8s, $350, $51 book.
Yeah, Kyle, we got Transformers, G.I. Joe. I mean,
yeah,
if Power Pack starts trending, man, it's going to be just all about you.
It's all about me.
At rank 11, we have War of the Realms, New Agents of Atlas #1 from 2019. This is something about a K-pop singer. Luna Snow. I don't know. Yeah, this one's kind of whack. Only 25 copies sold. High sale of $100 for a CGC 9.8. Current raws near mints around $20. At rank 12, we have Spider-Punk #1. This one is still selling very well. 31 copies moving. High sale of $130 for a CGC 9.8. Raws going for $13. Amazing Spider-Man 172 from 1977. Rocket Racer first appeared in this book.
Oh my.
And that is the deal. 12 copies sold. High sale of $140 for a CGC 9.6. And current near mints around $17. Spawn #1 from 1992. We've been talking about this since we've been doing this podcast. This book continues to sell. $217.78 for a CGC 9.8. Raws around $40. Rank 15, we have Spider-Gwen #1 from 2015. This book maybe cooled down a little bit, but continues to go. 31 copies of it sold. High sale of $119.95 for a CGC 9.8. Raws around $24. Amazing Spider-Man 78 from 1969. This is the first Prowler, and this sold 18 copies and had a high sale of $750 for a CGC 9.0. Raw around $75. The Ultimate Fallout 4 second print by Sarah Pacelli sold 23 copies. The high sale of $259 for a CGC 9.8 and Raws around $55. Rank 18, we have Void Rivals, the 1 in 50 Jim Chung, that sold 40 copies, had a high sale of $50 for a raw. Ruins #1 comes in at rank 19. This is from 1995. It's a dystopian setting.
It's a Marvel book.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's the
weird.
First part of a 2-part series that removes the sheen of heroism and replaces it with visions of a world where nothing goes right. I don't know why it's selling. Doesn't really explain why it's heating up from 1995. They track 19 copies being sold, a high sale of $25.10 for a raw copy. So somebody knows something's leaking.
Yeah.
And rounding out the top 20, Secret Wars #8, Black Suit, Spidey, high sale of $706 for a 9.8. Raws around $178. Good stuff.
Yeah. All right, Drew. This is the point where we go into the stuff coming out here in just a few days. Let's search through what's coming out at our sneak peek and see if we can find some good stuff.
I do like the David Talaska kind of old school art style. That's pretty neat.
Mm-hmm. And I like the Otto Schmidt swimsuit.
Yeah, that's good too. Did you do 2 sets of these?
Yeah, connectings.
Oh, very nice. Brave and the Bold, Derek Chu was pretty demonic with some killer clowns there.
Yeah. And Hyuk Lee's City Boy 2 is not a bad little. It's an interesting cover. A little too digital.
Detective Pete Woods does a swimsuit and with a bat swimsuit. That's interesting.
Wearing nothing but a cow, baby.
Yeah.
Fables 159 out of 162.
Getting there. We're getting there.
From Scout Comics, Dust #1 from Brett Register.
Quarry #1 and Red Zone finishes up. Riddler's back with issue 5 of 6. That's a really good book. It'll be really great for the trade waiters.
Yeah.
Whatever Soko is.
Interesting. From Sumerian Comics. I don't know that one.
And Tim Drake, everybody's favorite Robin.
Everybody's favorite Robin.
Does little Pride work.
Get her in just before June ends.
Yep. And at Image, we have You'll Learn shirt. I love that. That's great. We have Local Man. Not sure what that's about.
World Tree 2 going to a second print.
Boom. It's Neighbors 4 of 5. We were talking about this last week too, Kyle, with Image signing over at Lunar.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know who's going to be left up in the
yeah
on this.
They're Creed #1. That's from Boom. They're taking the boxing movie franchise and giving us some behind the scenes or some interesting stories that they're going to tell.
Yeah.
In comic form. So that's cool.
Marvel gives us a facsimile for Amazing Spider-Man 122. And we're going to get a second print on issue 25.
Yeah.
Danny Ketch Ghost Rider gets a second print as well for its first issue.
Mm-hmm. Silk #2 comes out. So in the same week, we're talking about Silk 2 coming out, Silk 3 being on FOC, and Silk 5 being in previews.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I may be in trouble, Drew. I'm not finding anything I care the least about.
Did you already go through Dynamite? Because you know Dynamite's always got something.
Sure doesn't.
Take a look at the back half and see if anything pops out at me. What's Dust? It's a scout book.
I was going to say that was a scout book I touched on for just a second. We're in the
Lunar. Fantasy Comics from Antarctic Press. Not a ton of choices. Anything at all tickle your fancy there, Kyle?
I mean, there's a couple little things. A couple second prints weren't too crazy. And I was drawn a little bit to that scout book, that Dust. You got anything?
I might go with a twofer, and I might do the Derek Chew She-Hulk. So I might do an FOC She-Hulk with Jeff DeCal and a Derek Chew She-Hulk for sneak peek. So do a double dip it.
Interesting. Force World Tree going to a second print. Let's go with that scout book in Dusk.
Okay, so it's
Dust.
in the Dust.
Scout Comics.
Gotcha.
It's post-apocalyptic, so
yeah, you can't go wrong there.
Can't go wrong there.
And our only small publisher that we chose
this
time. So good deal.
Hey guys, it's been great to be back. I miss y'all. I'll be back for another couple weeks before vacation #7. It's so Be part of the podcast. Head on over to patreon.com. Search Comics for Fun and Profit. Get early things, access to things. I think Drew and I are going to both sit down and watch some like Secret Invasion and maybe do a quick review on that. We'll do that stuff first on Patreon and then release it. So if you want to be cutting edge or, have direct access to us, Patreon's the best way to do that. So for Drew and for myself, see ya.
The good folks at Comics for Fun and Profit have been doing 2 episodes a week for quite some time now, and it's all thanks to, first of all, Jason, and second of all, our patrons, who allow us to add the space on our server, broadcast more, store more, share more with you, the listeners. I'm envious of those of you who have unlimited storage and media server capabilities. We pay for ours here at the C4 FAP. It ain't cheap. We thank you so much for those of you who go to patreon.com/comicsfunprofit and contribute at any level to say thanks, to say, I want to be a part of your Slack channel conversations. I want to get exclusives. I want to get early access. I want to get ad-free access. I want to get swag. I want to get some free stuff. Whatever your reasoning is, we appreciate it at any level because it does make a difference. So from the bottom of Kyle and I and Jason's heart, thank you for contributing.